Hey everybody, it's Six and it's Resident Evil 7. No, I'm joking. Anyway, this is Desperate Escape, the DLC that was added to Resident Evil 5.
Jill!
Let's see what's going on first.
Jill! Are you alright?
Chris, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
You're Sheva, right?
Yes.
I couldn't control my actions. Oh, but God, I was still aware. Oh, forgive me.
It's all right.
Thank you. Listen, I'm gonna be all right. You do need to stop him.
We can't just leave you here.
You have to. This is your only chance. If Wesker succeeds, Uroboros will be spread across the globe. Millions will die.
Well, yeah, but...
I'm all right. You need to stop him. Chris, you're the only one who can. Before it's too late. Don't you trust your partner?
All right.
Take care of him. You're our only hope to survive this. Chris.
Hey, can you hear me? Are you all right? Are you all right?
Chris?
Good. You are awake. Wait a minute. You are Jill Valentine.
How? Who are you?
Captain Josh Stone, BSAA West Africa branch. I've got to say, I never thought that I would get the chance to meet you.
Thanks. So what are you doing here?
I'm looking for my comrade Sheva and Chris. Have you seen them?
Yeah, they both went after Wesker. He's on some tanker.
I saw one anchored offshore. Do you know where they are headed?
Yeah, but it's already left. It's too late to get to it now.
It's never too late. I got a helicopter waiting and I'm going after Sheva.
You got room for one more?
There's always room for a beautiful lady.
I bet you say that to all the girls.
Just the pretty ones. Come on, let's go.
Okay, so we observed the introduction. Now, normally when I do these type of review, like playthroughs and stuff, I, I I just do this by a pretty straightforward way. But I decided that for this like this one, I had to take a different approach to this
The
because
helicopter's waiting on the other side of this mountain range. Hurry! Sheva may need our help.
Got it.
okay, cool. So we got what's going on. They gotta get they gotta get to the extraction point to get out of it. Okay, but see the thing with this one is usually with these type of reviews, like not reviews, but more like videos that I do and playthroughs, my stuff is always pretty positive because I enjoy spreading awareness for these games that I play and just showing people like what's out there and what some little things you may have missed or whatever. But for this one,
Pick it up.
I got a lot of gripes. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but I just feel as though this one in particular It's the score stars again. If you've seen my other review of the other DLCs I did for Resident Evil 5, I don't pick those up intentionally. But anyway, I just wanted to express my disappointment in this after going back and playing through this again. Oh man, honestly, it just was just so many things that I just felt that I would just do this, just talk through this as I actually. This dude's really trying to hide. He was actually pretty good. Anyway, so yeah, the first thing that I wanted to bring to attention was the whole conversation between Jill, Sheva, and Chris. Okay, so Chris he found that part. They just got finished the battle with Jill and Wesker versus Sheva and Chris. It's just the thing that he said, where he said,
If Wesker succeeds, Uroboros will be spread across the globe. Millions will die.
Oh, yeah, but
getting her to safety or trying to hurry up to stop Wesker from, basically destroying the world. This man was literally willing to risk everything for no reason for his partner. Now, the only reason why I can think of that is because Chris really has a bad track record with having partners and teams and stuff that get destroyed while he's on his mission. So maybe it's just a guilt thing, because he didn't really have his whole downward spiral until 6. But goodness gracious, man, telling you the world is on the line. Do what you're supposed to do as a BSAA agent for once, and just do your job. Just do your friggin' job. That's the only thing that really bothers me about the actual story part. Was just Chris did all that work just to get ready to throw it all away. Okay, but that was just a small thing. My main thing was just this DLC in particular, because it just there's just nothing. Well, okay, so let me say it like this. You remember when Jill did this? Or when she did this? It's kind of like you don't get to do that in this DLC. So basically, you just have a Jill. You have a Jill skin of her in the bodysuit with the blonde hair. None of the abilities or anything like that. Now, I guess you could kind of explain it away because, she doesn't have the device on her chest controlling her anymore, so she doesn't have those powers. But try to explain that to the player, because the player, as soon as he sees Jill, if you initially play through the full story mode and then you play this DLC mode, the first thing you're kind of going to think is, oh snap, I get to play as Jill with these extra abilities. He better be glad. He could have just reached his arm. Oh, the logic is just so terrible. But anyway, yeah, you're gonna think, okay, maybe I can do that quick dash that she does. Maybe I can flip up in the walls and stuff like that, and cartwheel and all that stuff. It'll probably be a lot easier and more fun to take out the enemies. And then you got Josh, and just Josh is just Josh, as in
I was until you interrupted, Doug. I'm headed to
nothing.
and I'm bringing a lady.
Anyway, let's listen to these people talking real quick, 'cause I do like this part.
This is Chief Valentine you're talking about.
Hey, Miss Valentine! Sorry you had to get picked up by that idiot. I'm here for you if you need to talk to a real man. Calm the child, folks. Josh out.
I'll cover you. Just watch your back.
Okay, so as far as Doug, the helicopter pilot, he was actually pretty cool. I give I'll give him some points back because Doug was actually a colorful character. He was pretty interesting. But like Josh has no special abilities. I don't think he had any initial like special weapons or anything like that. Jill didn't have any special weapons or anything like that. She didn't have any additional abilities. It's just a by the numbers DLC edition. Goodness gracious. Ah man, my bad, Josh. I didn't mean to do that to him, but it's just really, really, really ordinary. And that's to honestly that to me is the most disappointing thing because this has so much potential to have so much more. Just even if they would have made it to where you play as Jill, but you give her abilities, that would have gave it the edge over the first DLC, the Lost in Nightmares, because in that one is just it's special because it's Jill and Chris. You get the special camera change ability where it gives the static camera like in the original Resident Evil game. Golly, that's crazy. So it's a nice bonus, and it's just basically another story with Chris and Jill together, which is something that you don't even get in the original game because it's not co-op. You get to fight with Wesker, which is definitely something brand new because you don't ever fight him in co-op, and you definitely don't fight him with Chris and Jill together. Like you don't get that. So this one is just like there's no edge there. There's no edge to it. I mean, you're fighting like the same enemies, which isn't really all that bad because I mean, it is what it is. But at the same time, it could have been much more. Why not give her a special weapon? Why not give Josh a special weapon? Josh is basically a new character. He has his own weapon set in the Mercenaries, and Jill does too. But it's just, even if you didn't give her her special abilities, could you give her the dual submachine guns that she uses? Because she has, like I showed in the previous part, she has the abilities where she can shoot dual submachine guns together. That doesn't take superpowers. And where did they go when she was done fighting? They didn't go anywhere. So how come she didn't have them on her when she was in the game? Why did they do this? Like they just made it so blah. That's the only way I can really think of it. It's just normal. But a DLC shouldn't just be normal because it's an addition. Oh, not to mention that I'm losing here. Golly. But it's like, oh man, Josh. See, I'm trying to explain, like, and doing this over again. But it's like, it was just so disappointing playing this. Yeah, she has her roundhouse kick. She even has the double knee drop into the back foot, which I love, by the way. That's one of my favorite moves in Resident Evil 5. When you're on the ground and you just do the double knee stomp, and then she just backflips off of them. But that's in Mercenaries period. So it's just like, oh, goodness gracious. And see, you get this
Josh,
location.
I'm sorry, but I have to go to the communication facility. There's something I have to tell Chris.
Okay, but don't think you can get rid of me that easily. The chopper is waiting for us beyond the communication facility, so we are heading in the same direction.
Thank you, Josh.
Okay, so some more explanation about what she's doing. So you get this location, but I mean, it's nothing that's really brand new. Guy looks like a psycho. But anyway, well, at least Josh helped me. But it's just like, man, just like, jeez, golly. All this happening and it's still not really anything that really jumps out at you. It's just man, oh man, oh man. It's it's just a it's just a lack of creativity as far as the actual DLC, which is probably the most disappointing because if you compare this to other Resident Evil titles, even the most recent, this one is probably like the worst one because it's just nothing to it. It's not bad per se. Like it doesn't really make any mistakes or anything like that. There's no glitches or anything like that. It's just nothing there. That's like, yeah, I saw you got behind me. There's just nothing that's there that's new or interesting. Basically, it's the same enemies, the same scenarios, and all that stuff. Like with Lost in Nightmares, you get a whole new location. You get the Spencer Mansion. You get a lot of backstory about what's going on, like with the mansion and like what happened with Wesker and all that stuff, and seeing like Wesker and fighting Wesker, seeing how Jill actually, like how, golly, bust us out of that comb. Like you see that, and like it's just some interesting lore there. But this one is just basically you just escaping. But there's why why can't she do that part on her own? She got super enhanced. I don't get it. Like with Resident Evil 7, you had do you even have you noticed I've been being bombarded right here? That's insane. This is crazy. But anyway, like Resident Evil 7 had like a bunch of DLC extra features like the 21 and the story with Zoe, and then you got the whole the Jack's birthday thing. Like you got all these different modes that are creative and different. And then like with this one you have versus. You had, which is cool. You got Mercenaries again, which is like, to me personally, was one of the best Mercenaries in the entire Resident Evil series. Was the fifth one. That was like an action movie. That's crazy. But like, and then you just drop this. It just was like added just to pad the amount of DLC that's available. It's just not fair because it could have been so much cooler. It really could have been so much cooler. I think with this, just a few basic changes could have made this like a really noteworthy DLC. One thing is, like I said, give Jill her powers. Give her the ability to have like her speed dash ability. Give her the ability to run up walls or whatever. Like the parts where they have it where you have to double team. Ah, my favorite move comes back. The parts where you have to use double team maneuvers, like the double team to jump across the chasm or the double team to jump up the ladder. Give her that ability to do that on her own. Like let her have the ability where she can actually just do that. She can just do that super leap. Maybe even give her some abilities like a healing factor. Or at least, gosh, come on, just give her dual machine guns like from the start. Just do that. Give Josh like I don't know, some type of extra weapon. Give them each like their own separate extra special weapon. You don't even really have to give Josh any special abilities for real, because he's the second player. Like he's the helper, but like you gotta hook Jill up. Like Jill was one of the actual attractions to the actual game. Give her an extra costume, the one where she plays where she has the hood on. Just maybe a couple of extra like special enemies, even if you just change their, like do a color swap or something, or just give them like an extra ability or something. Even the layout of the stages, because this is basically par for the course. Like it's not anything super new here, but I think it could have been even this part where you gotta like destroy the barricades. Okay, but I mean, they could have made this a lot more interesting. even if it was more straightforward and gave them extra abilities, like, geez, he flew off the screen. It would have been something, but it's just like, man, it's just a huge oversight, especially considering Jill's abilities and the fact that she only has them for one game. Like, you gotta make this DLC and hook her up. Like, they just didn't. It just seems too by the numbers. And it's crazy because now that I think about it, when I think about the DLC for Resident Evil 5, Lost in Nightmares is the only one that really pops up. But even that one doesn't really pop up because honestly, the best DLC is the Mercenaries. The Mercenary mode carries all the other DLCs in the game. It's one of the best Resident Evil DLCs that they made was Mercenaries for Resident Evil 5. And it's just like this one, I've literally played through this. I played through this in co-op with a teammate once. I played through it once and didn't pick it up again until I did this review. Years and years and years and years later. So it's just like, man, it didn't have to be like this. It didn't have to be a situation where it's just forgotten. I haven't seen any videos on it. I haven't seen any videos on Lost in Nightmares, and that one is actually the better DLC. But it's just like, I'm just afraid that this is just gonna go down as just another insignificant DLC, and that's unfortunate because Resident Evil 5, as much as people gripe about how Resident Evil 5 wasn't all as good as the other ones, I enjoyed this game and I highly recommend everybody play this game. But I'm just sad to say that this DLC is going to be one of those just not really, it's not really must play, and that's unfortunate. And I never do like reviews and stuff like that and critiques of games like that in a negative light, but this one I can't even just say it's negative. It's more just disappointing because there's just nothing to it. And also, just like I said before, this isn't a knock on the game as a whole, it's just a knock on this section in specific. It's just like, look at that move. Like, you telling me you couldn't add more to that? That is crazy. It's like I said, Resident Evil 5 is a good game. The graphics is good. The story is awesome. I like this game, I really do. And I'm also a huge fan of Resident Evil as well. But this is one of those DLCs where it's not really necessary to play unless you just want to play through it one time and see exactly what happened. You're not really missing much, unfortunately. So, I mean, if you have to, I guess just give it a quick run and play through it and see what's going on. But you're not going to be missing out on anything spectacular. That's basically what I'm saying. So, I mean, it is what it is. Lost in Nightmares is an awesome DLC. Lets you see what's going on with Jill and Chris and Wesker and their whole reunion. This one is just basically Jill, Josh, the West African BSAA soldiers, just, trying to get out of there. Doug is a nice little, he's a nice plus to it. And actually just seeing actual Josh outside of Sheva is actually pretty cool too. But I mean, it's just it's just blah. And I don't like saying that it's for Resident Evil games because this game was really good. So it's just I guess if you're gonna play it, then I guess you're gonna play it. But anyway, I guess this is my first rant against Resident Evil, which is sad because I rarely ever do that, but it is what it is. Part 2 of the rest of the game will be coming soon. So I'll see y'all soon. Peace.